What is going on, guys? It's Ben here back again for another video. Today I wanted to talk about goal setting. There are thousands of books on success that include the importance of goal setting, also videos, tons of research and theories and models, so I thought it might be worth talking about today. The reason so many individuals fail to achieve their goals in life is because they never really set them in the first place. I wanted to start off with this quote because not a truer word has been spoken when it comes to goal achievement. Um, you need to make these goals explicit because it gives you the faith to go out there and actually get it done. And I definitely think that if you don't really have a plan and these specific goals set out, you're setting yourself up for failure in a way because you're always going to lack direction. And hopefully through this presentation, you guys will also start to understand that. All right, so getting into the definitions of research now. You guys know I love my research, so got a bit for you. But firstly, I wanted to identify or define, I guess, what goals really are in as simple terms as possible. Basically, they're just the aim of an action. So, for example, to attain a specific standard of proficiency, and essentially they're just a level of competence that we want to achieve. And then goal setting is just simply the process by which we go about achieving these goals. So like I said, there's a lot of research out there regarding goal setting. Looking through meta-analysis papers, I found that goal setting is an effective behavior change technique that has the potential to be a fundamental component of success. Locke and Latham found a series of individual different variables that might have a substantive effect on goal attainment. So things like goal commitment, self-efficacy, perceived importance of the goal, and anticipated satisfaction. They found that they all act as variables by which goal setting can be maximized. So yeah, that's kind of saying there that I guess it's very much individual based, and the goals that people set must be smart, so specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound to allow them to demonstrate these individual, I guess, variables such as goal commitment and self-efficacy. In more broad research, positive relationships derived from goal setting interventions have been found within multiple work settings, including primary care centres, grade school classrooms, workplaces, and also faith-based organisations. There's also positive research out there about splitting goals into manageable chunks, and a survey conducted at Yale University showed that the highest performing students had clearly defined goals. And looking more deeply into it, it showed that the very top ranked students, they actually had their goals explicitly written down. So I didn't want to bore you guys, but there's plenty of positive research out there amongst a range of fields. But it also shows you need to make sure you do your goal setting properly. Your goals need to be smart to have, I guess, positive effects on your behavior and I guess success as well. So if having clearly defined goals has been mostly shown to have enormous power, why do so few people set them in the first place or make it a regular habit? I think the main reason can be attributed to a lack of education. I mean, I'm pretty young and graduated from secondary school fairly recently, and I think I can speak for people my age and maybe even people who are well past schooling. That in spite of its importance, it's one of the subjects that isn't really taught in school. I feel like some of my teachers may have referred to goal setting from time to time, but we were never really exclusively taught how to set goals and how beneficial they can really be and how to do it properly. So I mean, I guess I don't want to downplay the importance of the stuff that is taught, but let's be honest, these life lessons are really important to establish from an early age, and unfortunately, we don't get that through school. Another reason, fear of failure. Goal setting, it's tough. Like failure can be tough to come to terms with, and I know that, but let's be honest, it's just a part of life. What you need to understand is failure can provide a great learning curve, and it's really just a proponent of achieving your goals. And the reality is, you're going to really struggle to achieve your goals if you aren't prepared to fail. So, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, there's every chance you're going to fail, but at the end of the day, you should see that as a learning curve and an opportunity to learn and get better. And it should be the driver for your success at the end of the day. I also think social conditioning nowadays, people like we get on our phones, we read a magazine or whatever, and we're confronted with just beautiful people. We want to compare ourselves with them, and the reality is when we do this, We all decrease our own self-worth, and this results in some just not even bothering to set goals, and others just making completely unrealistic goals. Like, you see that, for example, maybe someone who's a fitness freak sees Dwayne the Rock Johnson on Instagram, and they're like, oh, I want to be as big as him. The reality is that's probably not. You're never going to really get there. It's just the unfortunate reality. But my message to you is just to not be impacted by what you see. These people have set their own goals. They've set their own goals to get to where they are today. And the point is, you can do this. When you work hard towards your own goals, not influenced by anyone else that are smart, you can be where you want to be in life. So don't be impacted by these other people. I think is probably the most important thing when you're setting goals. You need to make them individualized. All right, so moving into some of the common problems associated with goal setting, I did some more research and found these to be the main reasons. Firstly, convincing people to set them. I mean, the research shows it's a good thing to do, but convincing the average Joe is always going to, pose its challenges, I guess. Failing to set SMART goals, so like I said, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound goals have been shown to be most effective because, they cover all the bases and they allow you to stay focused on achieving your goals. Setting too many goals too soon, you really don't want this because, not being able to kind of laser focus on a specific goal at a given time will just misguide you. You may make some progress towards, the many goals that you set, but realistically, you're never going to fully achieve them. And the last one, failing to adjust goals. It's important to be adaptable and understand that, maybe some goals aren't achievable unless, they need a bit of tweaking every now and then. For example, if you maybe had the goal to go to the gym 3 times a week, you'd have to consider changing that to maybe just exercising 3 times a week, given the current scenario we're in, in life at the moment. Or, maybe you had a goal to earn $3,000 in a 30-day period from work-related activities, but you only work 10 hours. That goal just isn't achievable, and obviously you need to change that one. Just not achievable. So, okay, so summing things up as quickly as possible. Not many people actually set goals, in spite of the ton of research out there that actually shows goal setting can set you up for success, provided it's done properly and the big goals are broken down into smaller, more attainable steps. Goals really help you to focus your energy. They give you direction, and like I said, the research shows that setting goals is a major success factor in many fields. All right, that's it from me, guys. Thanks again for listening. I tried to make this whole goal setting concept as simple as possible. There's lots of different, like I said, there's lots of different theories and models and, definitions and things. But yeah, just tried to make it as simple as possible for you guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. And if you aren't setting goals at the moment, I hope that it's, giving you some ammo, I guess, to start setting your own goals. So yeah, that's it from me. References are trying to roughly there. Yep. Perfect. Cool. All right. Thanks guys. And we'll see you all in the next video. Peace.